Ever wondered how the ancient Egyptians achieved mummification? Let's unravel this mystery. Mummification, a process steeped in spirituality and practicality, was an integral part of the ancient Egyptian culture, a culture known for its fascinating blend of the mystical and the grounded. This complex procedure, a blend of science and ritual, was believed to prepare the deceased for their journey into the afterlife, preserving their body for eternity. As we delve deeper into the heart of this procedure, we'll encounter a world that revered death as much as life, a world where every step taken was a step towards immortality. This was not a hasty process, but a meticulous one, filled with intricate rituals and methods, each serving a specific purpose in the larger scheme of things. Stay with us as we journey back in time to explore this fascinating aspect of ancient Egyptian culture. Scene script. Imagine this. An ancient Egyptian has just passed away. What happens next? The first order of business in the mummification process is a thorough cleansing. The body is washed with palm wine, known for its antiseptic properties, then rinsed with water from the Nile, a river considered sacred and purifying by the Egyptians. This purification process is not merely practical, it carries a deep spiritual significance, preparing the individual for their journey to the afterlife. Next comes a step that might sound a bit unsettling to modern ears, the removal of the brain. But fear not, the ancient Egyptians handled this task with utmost care and precision. A long, slender tool is inserted through the nostril, reaching into the cranial cavity. The brain matter is then carefully broken down, liquefied and drained out, all without damaging the deceased's facial features. Following this, the body is ready for the extraction of internal organs. The embalmers make a small incision on the left side of the body, through which they delicately remove the liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines. Each organ is meticulously cleaned and preserved separately in canopic jars, safeguarded by the four sons of Horus, the Egyptian god of the sky. However, there's one organ that remains untouched: the heart. Egyptians believe the heart to be the seat of intelligence and emotion, a person's moral center. It's kept in the body as it will be needed in the afterlife, for the weighing of the heart ceremony against the feather of Maat, the goddess of truth and justice. The care with which these tasks are performed is testament to the respect and reverence accorded to the deceased, and the belief in life after death. It's not simply about preservation, but preparation for a new existence. The body must be in a state of perfect preservation to house the Ka, the spirit, in the afterlife. With the body now cleaned and emptied, we move on to the next steps. With all the organs removed, the body is now ready for drying. This phase is truly fascinating as it involves a substance called natron, a naturally occurring salt that the ancient Egyptians had in abundance. Now, you might be wondering, why natron? Well, natron has unique properties that make it an excellent drying agent. It absorbs water and fats, which prevents decomposition and helps preserve the body. But it's not as simple as just slapping on some salt. The body is entirely covered in natron, left undisturbed for a period of 40 days. This duration is not arbitrary. It's the perfect amount of time for the body to dry out completely without decaying. It's during these 40 days that the body transforms, losing its moisture, becoming something more akin to what we recognize as a mummy. This process is a crucial step in ensuring the body's preservation for the journey into the afterlife. Once the body is dried, it's time for the wrapping process. Now that the body is dry, it's time for the most iconic part of mummification, the wrapping. Picture this: the ancient Egyptians, skilled artisans of the afterlife, handling yards upon yards of fine linen strips. This linen, sourced from the flax plant, was carefully prepared beforehand to ensure a smooth, clean surface for wrapping. The process was meticulous, even meditative. Each layer applied with the utmost precision, each fold a testament to the reverence for the deceased. A special resin, derived from trees like the Pistacia lentiscus, was used as an adhesive. This resin served two purposes. Not only did it secure the linen wraps, but it also added an extra layer of preservation. The resin-infused linen formed a protective shell around the body, warding off decay and ensuring the body's survival into the afterlife. But the wrapping process wasn't just about preservation, it was also about protection. As the body was enveloped in linen, amulets were carefully placed among the folds. These amulets, often shaped like scarab beetles or gods, were believed to offer protection and guidance in the afterlife. They were an essential part of the mummification process, a spiritual safeguard for the journey ahead. Once the body was fully wrapped, it was time for the final rituals. Priests would perform the opening of the mouth ceremony, a critical rite that allowed the deceased to breathe, eat, and speak in the afterlife. Then the mummy was adorned with a funerary mask, often a striking likeness of the deceased, to ensure their spirit would recognize their body upon returning. Finally, the mummy was placed into a sarcophagus. These were often elaborately decorated with hieroglyphics and scenes depicting the deceased's accomplishments in life. The sarcophagus was then placed in a tomb, marking the end of the physical journey, but the beginning of the spiritual one. With the wrapping complete, the mummy is ready for its journey to the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians' mummification process was a complex, deeply spiritual ritual that revealed their profound belief in life after death and the preservation of the self for eternity. So, why did the ancient Egyptians go through all this trouble, you may be asking yourself? The answer lies in their profound beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife. Mummification wasn't just a method of preserving bodies, it was a spiritual process that mirrored their understanding of the universe and their place within it. The ancient Egyptians believed that life did not end with death but continued in another realm. They held that the body was the vessel for the soul in this journey, and so preserving it was of utmost importance. Mummification was their means of safeguarding the body, ensuring it would remain intact for its spiritual journey. The mummified body, or the ka, was believed to be the essence of the individual, which would reunite with the soul, or ba, in the afterlife. By preserving their physical form, they believed they were ensuring their existence in eternity. Though mummification may seem strange to us, to the ancient Egyptians it was a crucial part of their journey to eternity.